Hello everybody. I'd like to talk to you right now about the basic camera setup using CheckKon. This is the FESTO vision system, the SBOC-Q. To start that, we just have to go into all programs, go into FESTO software, CheckKon, and FESTO CheckKon. And we bring this up. Now I'm assuming right now that your camera is plugged in, you have power to your camera, and that the camera is hooked up to the Ethernet. If that's the case, we want to set this up for modification because we intend to change the parameters, and we have to connect it via our Ethernet interface. Click on Next and do a search. And after a moment, you should see your camera shows up here. And you got to be careful, that's the IP address of your camera. It's actually printed on the camera itself. And this does match my camera, so I'm good. But there could be other cameras running right now in your lab. We select the camera and we choose Next. It's made the connection. We want to go into diagnostic mode. So you click on OK. And once it finally connects, we should be up to a screen. Looks like this. Now you may have to enter a password on your system to get into the camera. If you do have to enter a password, the password is mission, MISSION. Okay, so it comes up with this menu. You can see the program we're actually running is check program 1. There is 99 check programs you can have, each one with a different set of parameters it's looking for, but it defaults to 1. So the first thing we want to do is have a look and see what the camera sees. So to do that, you go to View, click on Live Image, and at this point I've got the camera facing downwards, and it's got a little business card here in the viewfinder. This is where you would set up the lighting and the focus and the depth of field and the shutter size and all that sort of stuff. So right now I'm just focusing the camera in and out to get the best image I can get. Over here we can set the exposure time, right, which is how long, how many microseconds the camera shutter is open for. It's a virtual shutter. So you can have it in microseconds or you can have it in milliseconds. And that's going to make it way too bright if I go to thousandths of a second. So we'll keep it down to the microsecond range. And we can also amplify the signal coming from the camera using gain. So if the camera image is too dark, we can bump up the gain to get a nice bright image. Or if it's too bright, we can bring the gain down. Okay. We can also set up the white balance on the camera. White balance is usually done when you have a white sheet of paper on here. Click white balance, it sets up the red, green, and blue levels of your white balance to get you the best possible white. Now, once you're in here and you've got your image of your part set up exactly the way you want to have it, you can do adjustments to it to improve the image quality. And these are called pre-processing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the 3 pre-processing windows, Windows 1, 2, and 3. So we can get an idea of what they do. Pre-processing 1 is basically for removing speckles and noise and small bits of dust and stuff on your image. So and that's all that's done. We can actually weight the pre-processing for the different colors. So you see here how it looks at the end of pre-processing 1. Pre-processing 2 allows us to set the grayscales. So if you're just interested in the black and white image, and that's the fastest kind of processing there is if it's just black and white, we can turn on the grayscale and then adjust the range of the grayscale to suit your image itself. So here we are, we're going to change the threshold, and hopefully we can actually see our image start to occur. So there's the dark threshold and the bright threshold. So you can see I can actually play with these images. And modify the way that the camera sees our image. There we go. Now pre-processing 3 is another filter we can use for, again, cleaning up pixels and organizing. You can have it remove pixels if you want, or you can have it remove gaps in an object. If you have a hole in a solid color, you can have that removed with the pre-processing 3. Anyways, that's a quick overview of CheckKon. And you should use this every time you want to have your camera set up in your system. It's a bit of an art to get the picture to be as good as you want it to be, but once you have the best possible picture, you'll have the best possible results using your FESTO vision system.